Breaking news, a seismic moment in Canadian politics just unfolded, and it all started at what was supposed to be a standard First Minister's meeting. Instead, it turned into a showdown that exposed the growing fault lines in our federation. Premier Danielle Smith didn't arrive in Ottawa with vague talking points or soft political language. She came with fire and the full weight of a province that's had enough. Representing a population fed up with being sidelined, Smith brought Alberta's case directly to the table: farmers facing unsustainable regulations, energy workers blocked by pipeline paralysis, families taxed into frustration by federal carbon policies, all of it delivered with clarity and force. And this time, Ottawa was forced to listen. Mark Carney, fresh-faced in federal politics and long steeped in global finance, tried to keep things smooth. He leaned on his usual toolkit: economic balance, national unity, green growth. But the room had shifted. Smith wasn't having any of it, and for once, neither were several of her fellow premiers. Premier after premier began echoing Alberta's concerns. Saskatchewan nodded. Manitoba chimed in. Even some Atlantic voices, long assumed to be loyal to Ottawa's agenda, started breaking formation. What was once a whisper of Western unrest is now a chorus of national resistance. And Carney? He found himself outflanked. His message of cooperative progress fell flat in a room demanding immediate answers to economic pain, infrastructure gridlock, and mounting federal interference. Smith asked the question others have been too cautious to voice: if provinces are expected to uphold their responsibilities, why isn't Ottawa held to the same standard? For years, Alberta has paid billions in equalization, watched critical projects stall, and seen their people treated like a political inconvenience. Smith laid it all bare, with data, legal precedent, and constitutional grit. This wasn't about theatrics. It was about facts. More importantly, it wasn't about separation, it was about self-respect. Smith didn't threaten to leave Confederation. She demanded a fair seat at the table. The right to develop resources without bureaucratic obstruction. The right to chart a path forward without federal micromanagement. The right for provinces to be partners, not pawns. Behind the scenes, insiders say even typically Ottawa-friendly premiers expressed support for Smith's stance. One reportedly said, "She said what we've all been thinking." And in that moment, the quiet frustration of many provinces turned into something else: political courage. For Carney, it was a reality check. A polished resume doesn't guarantee political leadership. And if his plan is to govern from a podium while ignoring provincial anger, this meeting may have been his wake-up call. The bigger question now is this: what happens next? Smith has already laid the groundwork for the next steps: citizen initiatives, legal challenges, autonomy measures. This wasn't a one-time speech. It was a policy shift. And if Ottawa refuses to respond, well, then they'd better be ready. Because Alberta, and now others, aren't just raising their voices. They're changing the terms of engagement. This moment didn't just shake up a meeting room. It shook the very foundation of how Canada governs itself. Power is being rebalanced, and the message is clear: the West is no longer content to be ignored. Not by Ottawa, not by the media, and certainly not by leaders who confuse calm speeches with actual leadership. Thank you for tuning into this critical breakdown. If you believe these stories matter, the ones most media outlets sideline, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Your voice amplifies ours, and we'll keep telling the truth, one episode at a time. This has been another update from Maple Flash.